Hey, it's Cal Forever here, Spiritual Journal Flow. Man, look at this beautiful snow on Thunder Mountain and all the other peaks. It's so cool. I don't think I've ever seen, look at all the crystally snowflakes are like little Merkabas falling from heaven. I don't think I've ever seen this much snow in my life. And I don't know what I'm going to speak about in this journal flow. I feel like I don't really have a spiritual insight to share. But so I'll just talk about kind of my experience the past few days. Me and my friend went to Payson to find some crystals, and it ended up being too snowy there. And so we ended up coming back to Sedona, and we ended up taking a wrong turn, ended up in Flagstaff, and ended up going out to get some sushi. And he's like, oh, let's get a beer. And I'm like, no, I don't drink. I'm kind of recovering alcoholic in a way. That's not really part of my life. That's not my vibe anymore. He ended up ordering some sake and had a little bit. And then I kind of already got it in my head, like, oh, now I got to have a beer. And we got declined at the bar because he didn't have his ID. And got declined at the grocery store when we tried buying kombucha beer. And it's like all of these things getting declined, clear messages from the universe. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll go to this gas station and get a good craft beer. And it's like, it doesn't feel like me either. It feels like that chapter of my life is closed. And I go up to this door and it's like, oh, this door's locked. This is like totally old, paradigm for me. Whoa, it's so beautiful back there. I keep wanting to put the camera up here, but it's beautiful back there. The snow is awesome. Look at that little rock, or giant rock. But anyways, the door was locked, and it's like, whoa, I need to not be drinking. Oh, an organic avocado. Sweet. Organically grown. Sweet. So I ended up I already had it in my head, and I was at the point where I could have just totally let go of it and like, oh, fine, take the message from the universe. I ended up getting a 6-pack and drinking it, and then drinking a little more, and felt like it was something that had been building up over the past, for the full moon. And it was just like, that was the release of it. But I didn't have to reach out and grab that. But reaching out and grabbing that, I definitely did not create more karma with that. It definitely solidified even more. Like, yeah, this is not what I want to do with my life. This is not what I really want a part of my life. And I think the message of this is, it's really important who you surround yourself with. And I've learned this through, addiction and stuff throughout my life. Oh, it's muddy here. I've learned this with addiction. Addiction is a really good teacher of who you spend your time with is what's gonna drag you down or drag you up too. If you put yourself around uplifting people that are supportive of you and that are supporting and taking care of themselves, it does that to you. That's what's so beautiful about that. So it's not that you just pick and choose and cut cords with people that are affecting you negatively in your life. Even environments, you stop drinking, don't go to the bar, I went to this bar down here, this brewery, to go to a dance thing, and my friend kind of convinced me to go, and then I just go there, and it's just kind of some bad vibes, and just going out back and just all the cigarette smoke and it making my nose all irritated. It's that's probably an environment that I probably don't need to be in. Just to go and dance. And it was kind of fun dancing. I am glad I did go, but I think I did a spiritual journal flow about that. Now look at Mingus Mountain over there. There's Thunder Mountain. Whoa. Whoa. But anyways, ended up getting snowed in. My friend lost his keys. And man, that's just so beautiful. The snow just like makes everything pop out. It's like, that's why shadow's so important. I don't know if you ever heard of Bob Ross. I don't know if you ever heard of Bob Ross, but he's like, you got to add shadow to your paint. It makes all the color pop out. It creates depth. That's what's so important about darkness in life. Whoa, look at all the clouds. This is awesome. But what was I saying? So, my friend couldn't find his keys, and so I let him stay there. And then it gets to the third day, it's like, you really need to find your keys. And it's like the excuse, like, it's snowing outside. It's snowing outside. And it's like, well, use your imagination. You said you're going to pour a bucket of warm water on the snow so you can look for your keys in the driveway. And it's like, TikTok, this snows ain't going to melt anytime soon. When I have extra people in my house and in my environment, it starts to stress me out, because that's like your sacred space to where you go and rejuvenate yourself and revive and do your inner work. And when you're trying to do all this inner work, and you got your other roommate over here talking about how cool he is with all this spiritual egoic bullshit. I'm more spiritually superior than everyone else. Everyone's righteous, like that. Like, I learned, talking about that really quick, I learned someone projecting their self, their shadow onto other people, saying that everyone here is spiritually self-righteous. It's like, that's you projecting that shadow. But adding to the stress of that and other roommates, and then stressing out my other roommates that someone's extra in the house, it's like, like, yesterday was a stressful day. And there was a big geomagnetic storm too. And actually, to me, yesterday wasn't necessarily stressful as the environment was stressful. Inside, I was like getting downloads and feeling great, and all this beautiful, good feeling energy, and me just wanting to ride the wave. But then there's all these other people that are going horizontal, which is all ego, and then people just talking about all these spiritual things, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going through it, and I'm riding the waves up and down, right? Vertical. And that's your soul. Your soul goes up and down. Your ego goes forward and back, horizontal. And the ego is great, and there's a time and place to be horizontal and to bring your soul out to the world. But when you're just sitting there masturbating your spiritual ego, and like, I'm trying to meditate because I can hear everyone because I live in a loft. Man. This is true to me. I feel like this is not me, but I'm definitely expressing my experience. And I'm starting to get annoyed by people talking about the spiritual stuff. And it's so easy to get drawn into it and to put your say, and it's like, whoa, no, I don't want to get involved with that. It's just going to end up in a spiritual ego debate. And then all of these beliefs and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no. I don't want to involve myself in those conversations. But Hell Forever here. Thanks for listening. I'm going to go get some good, delicious food and enjoy this sunny, snowy day. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Peace.